This is the 10th video of the Old Guys Gentlemen's Flippers. And today I'm going to be covering the Gerber US Assist knife with the plain edge and the S30V steel. It's an assisted knife, so it has a really fast deployment. If you practice at it, I think there's a way for closing it, but it makes me a little bit too nervous. And opening it is a little bit on the difficult side, but the more I use it, the better I get. So I might end up liking that in the end. I'm not sure if it really fits into a gentleman's category. If I was in a restaurant or something and needed to cut something open, and then I pull this out, and then all of a sudden, I think everybody would turn around and look, and all of a sudden they see this medium-sized blade there. So, but for a knife that I'd carry around for just everyday carry, it's probably a pretty good knife. It's not that expensive. It's $100, and I actually got it as a gift from a family member. So for me, it was free. They're not totally fully available yet. I think I only saw one store that had it, and the others were like pre-orders. I think it was released or shown at the last SHOT Show. Yeah, I think that's right. And they just started releasing a little bit before Christmas, and I was lucky enough to get one of them. It's got S30V steel on a stonewash 3-inch blade, and makes it a little bit hard to sharpen, but it holds its edge pretty well. And with the KME diamond stones, followed by the water stones, it does a pretty good mirror finish job on it. There is a lock on it, so you can lock it open or you can lock it closed. I leave it open all the time, because this thing you'd have to put a lot of force on that to pull out. That almost doesn't, in my mind, doesn't need a lock. There was another review I was watching that talked about how there was some play, and there's no side-to-side play, and just a teeny tiny bit of up and down play. And they also talked about the blade not being centered. So this must vary from blade to blade, but my blade is like perfectly centered, and it's not rubbing on anything. The overall length is 7.2 inches. It weighs about 3.9 ounces, so it's a little bit one of my heavier knives. The blade can be put tip up or tip down. Not a big fan of wire clips, so I'm not sure how long this is going to last. But it's okay for now. This is a glass-filled nylon, and they put some texturing in it, which helps hold it in place. In addition, this nice design. So when I'm holding that, I feel like I could cut wood with it, or tear up cardboard, and this would just stay in my hand. So that's good. It's made in the USA. In fact, it's made in Oregon, even better yet. And even better than that, it's probably like a 15-minute drive from my home where they make these things. And that's hard to beat. Portland, Oregon. What else? Oh, they got really good customer service. When I first got this knife, I got it for Christmas. Yeah, so I'm a little late on reviewing it. Anyhow, I wanted to be able to make the deployment easier. So I pulled it apart. Actually, I pull all my knives apart. But I pulled it apart, and if you can see in there, there's a retaining clip that holds this thing in. So I pulled that off, and it went flying. And in my basement, when little tiny bits of metal like that go flying, they look like the other 1,000 tiny little bits of metal and wood all over my workroom floor and workbench. And so I tried getting some commercial springs, but I couldn't find the right size. I tried making some springs out of guitar string. That didn't work. So eventually I got a hold of Gerber, because they do have a really good warranty thing, but I had to think that it wouldn't count in this case because I had pulled it apart. But I ended up sending them the bag of parts back unassembled, because it's hard to put all together without that little snap ring in there. And they sent me back this brand new knife. How cool is that? I guess in closing, I have to say it probably isn't a gentleman's knife, because that kind of deployment around a bunch of other people might make them a little nervous. But for just everyday stuff, it's pretty good. Nice fast deployment, feels really solid. It's relatively inexpensive. It's made in the USA, so I'd say this is a pretty good knife. And so that about closes up this review. Hope it had some value for you. Thank you.